Salutare dragilor și bine ați venit la 60 de minute cu Remax. Suntem astăzi într-un fel de dimineață a zilei de 1 iunie, sărbătoarea copilului, în studiourile Remax împreună cu un invitat foarte interesant, Stefanie Zeindlinger, din Austria. Vine Stefanie din Viena. Ea este Business Development Manager pentru Remax Europe. Conduce un departament destul de complex care are infiltrații și în marketing, evident business development, dar și în educație. Ea controlează cumva și cunoaște și controlează toate țările din Europa, toate țările din Europa având prezență Remax. Are o expertiză extinsă și pe zona de Nord-America, de unde provine Remax. Așa că avem ocazia astăzi să vorbim cu un profesionist în imobiliare de 9-10 ani în industrie, cu o perspectivă europeană și, aș zice, chiar globală asupra industriei astea și mai mult asupra jobului de agent imobiliar și serviciilor pe care le face agentul imobiliar. Așa că o să trecem în engleză. Țineți aproape. Welcome to our studios. Welcome to Remax Romania.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming to help us to develop our network, practically maybe the industry. It was a very, I don't know, dense 2 days. Yes.
It was, but I think very productive.
Yeah, for sure.
So thank you.
We found very energetic our meeting, and also we learned a lot from you. Thank you for this. I mean, not me, all the team.
Thank you.
And I invited you to our 60 Minutes with Remax because you have a very holistic perspective on European market. You work with all the European Remax leaders.
Correct.
And their teams. And 35,000 agents are on your, I don't know, feet, let's say.
I would say are our bosses.
Yes.
Yeah. And in Remax, it really is the agents who are, our clients and, the people that really, hold the network together. So yeah, it's a true pleasure being here and, being with Remax. I think we both can say we love it.
Yes, we really love it. Yeah,
I really have a great opportunity to be able to travel with Remax, as you said, visit different regions, get to know the markets, the systems, the differences, but also the similarities. And there's a lot of learnings in it for me every time I come visit a region as well. So thank you as well for that opportunity.
For us, it's very important the thing that with your help and with Remax Europe help, we can change experience and share best practices with so many other European leaders in their countries, because Europe is very, very diverse comparing with North America. And Romania is a bit behind in terms of, I don't know, experience and evolve how the real estate market has evolved.
The sophistication of the market, you mean? Yes. Yeah.
And for us, it's a huge benefit being part of this huge family, 100 and plus thousand people around the globe and 35,000 in Europe. So I would start asking you, how is the market on European level? Because everybody wants to know, how's the market?
Yes,
what will happen in the future?
A very, very good question.
How is the crystal globe?
Yes, that we get asked a lot. So I can absolutely talk about what we've seen in the market, and I'm happy to give a little bit of our perspective where, our region think the market is going. But as you say, the crystal globe, if we would know, we would all be very rich. We could gamble on it. But one thing that across all regions we have in common is, I would say it started around second half of last year. So starting September in the first regions and then October, November, we saw a shift in the market. Yeah. Before it was clearly a seller's market. For everybody who's not so familiar with that terminology, seller market is if there are more buyers, more, let's say, sellers on the market, and they have a lot of buyers that they can choose from.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's say on one property,
so
there are
the
40, 50, 60, the seller dominates the market because he can choose from a big pool of buyers. Yeah. And that started to change. There is still enough buyers out there. But in the second half of last year, we saw that, less and less buyers were there compared to the previous months for very, very obvious reasons. Inflation, mortgage application, cost of borrowing the money, etc., etc., etc. And that led to a few less buyers. Typically. Still enough, Remax still was very strong. And I think what we can all really be very proud of, thanks to our agents in all markets, if we look at industry trends and the Remax trends, we outperformed the competition in all markets.
I would say in Romania too.
Yes, absolutely in Romania. I mean, you had a phenomenal growth, and really that's thanks to the agents, thanks to you, the training, the services we are providing. And really, it's thanks to the end customers to trust our agents for a very, very, very good reason. Yeah. And when that market shifted to a buyer market, our agents quickly managed to support the sellers. In a shifting market like a buyer's market, our agents' role changes slightly as to they need to help the sellers understand that the price that they might have been able to charge, a year ago is not realistic at this moment anymore because the buyers are not affording it.
Adjusting
it.
Repositioning
it. So our agents started to, have conversations with the sellers, finding out, okay, what is it that you want? Do you have the time? Do you want to wait for a year until your property is selling? Or, do you want to sell it quickly? Well, then we have the strategy, the pricing strategy, the marketing strategy for you. And that's what we saw. So properties were on the market a little bit longer because it takes time, for the sellers to realize, okay, it has changed. It takes time for our agents to educate the sellers. We've seen it across Europe. And now when the new year started, generally the markets have gone down. The effect of inflation, of unfortunately the war in the Ukraine, we are still feeling it. That was dominating the first quarter in terms of numbers and market development. But what we do see now is that it's starting to move faster again than it did, the last half a year. We see that sellers, the message that the market has changed, has reached the sellers. Yeah, our agents have successfully educated the sellers, and our agents really have stepped up and have learned to work more intensely with the buyers. Okay. Yeah, let's be brutally honest with ourselves. In the past, the sellers were the people that counted for the agents in the market, and the buyers, they were there. You could choose from the buyer. Mm-hmm. So agents didn't feel the need so much. Yeah. To spend a lot of time on the buyers because somebody would buy. Now, we know in Remax, we've never accepted that attitude, and we've been teaching our agents to service the buyers, from day one with Remax, and they have been doing so. But it's difficult if the entire industry works differently, right? But I think that the education efforts that we've all, done in the last, 2-3 years are now really paying off. Our agents are educated and they know how to service the buyers. I'm super passionate about that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And I want to take you into the buyer presentation program because you just came in this topic.
Because when the market is shifting now, it's really becoming more and more important. And why has it always been important? If we think about it, who is funding a real estate transaction? It's not the seller.
Always the buyer.
It's always the buyer.
The buyer has the money.
So if you think of it, the buyer is the one that allows a real estate transaction to happen. And the buyer deserves the respect and the service from agents. Yeah? And in the past, they did not get it. Yeah? And if I were a buyer, I would demand it. Yeah? I need an agent that is taking my interest at heart, that's representing my interest. In any transaction, agents listening here, they know it. There's always a seller and a buyer. and the interests are different. Sellers typically want to maybe, sell fast or not fast, it doesn't really matter, but they want the highest price. Buyers want the best possible price at a lower thing. We need to meet somewhere. Yeah. And luckily, both of us, we haven't been in the situation, but if we look at statistics, I think 50% of people have. If you get a divorce, you do not choose the same lawyer.
Never.
You think, we wouldn't.
Yeah.
And that's the same in a real estate transaction. Why would, and agents can do it, they're trained doing it. But if I were a customer, I would demand that one agent is representing me alone. Because it's difficult to juggle the expectations of both parties.
Yeah, and this model, it's proved 100% in North America and in many other countries around the globe.
Absolutely. In North America, if you talk to them about, yes, we're implementing buyer representation, they're looking at you like, huh? What? Huh? They don't even know what that is. Because it's nature.
Yes.
It's what's always been there. And we also see that real estate agents in North America and in the European markets that have embraced that concept already sooner, agents are becoming more and more productive. Yeah, they can do more deals because they focus on, in one deal, they focus on one side, and they work together with other agents that represent the other side.
And they control and can give 100% service to that part. Buyer or seller.
Buyer or seller, exactly. And obviously, agents do not need to specialize and say, okay, I only work with buyers, I only work with sellers. Yeah? For each deal, they might take on a different role. And in one deal, I'm the buyer agent, in another, I'm the seller agent, working with another buyer or seller agent, making a deal come true. And this is where I think we need that. All markets need to change, not just within RE/MAX, but I would also really encourage the competition to embrace the concept. It's the only way to really service our customers. And customer experience is at the core and the most important thing that we want to do as real estate agents.
Yeah, and customer experience could be, increased only if we stay on his interests.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Buyer or seller, they need a specific and differentiate type of help.
Yeah. I mean, if you remember back in, I think it was 2019, we did a European-wide study with end customers. And we identified the expectations and needs throughout the buyer and seller journey in a real estate transaction. And it came very clear that what they need is, as we call it, sole representation. They said things like, I feel the agent is not representing me. And we heard that from both sides, from the seller and the buyer. So, something is not quite right.
For this, you need two agents.
You need two agents.
One on the buyer side, one on the seller side. So two different type of services.
Yeah. And customers, they want a quick response from the agent. Yeah, they want to know that they are the expert in that field, representing the buyer or the seller. So there are a lot of expectations and needs that we collected proof for. We knew it before, our agents knew it before. But knowing all of this, our agents were able to really design the services they give so it meets the customer needs, and that's important. It doesn't matter in what industry. Right? If we, think of the hotel industry or of, Amazon, anything that you do, any service that you take, you expect that it works smoothly, that you're satisfied, that, it's no hassle. And if we think our buyers and sellers, for most of them, a real estate transaction is the biggest investment and the biggest deal they do in their lifetime.
Maybe the biggest transaction in their lifetime.
Yeah.
So it has a huge, importance, also risk for them.
Yeah, and we need to care about that. And thankfully our agents do. But, it is mainly about the customer experience. Talking to a lot of agents in the different regions as well. We really see that the ones that care and embrace the concept, they are the ones that are more successful. Yeah. So it's not the commission that they are after. They are about giving a better service to the buyers and the sellers, and the more commission comes with it.
Yeah, that's
the result.
Side effect, and practically it's business generator on the long term. Clients satisfy client, generate referrals. Referral generates new business. So it's a ongoing process wheel.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And we had a very interesting trial study in a couple of regions around Europe. And it also started, I believe it was February, in Remax, Romania. And, you know, the results in other regions, you know, show that it's very similar to the results in Romania. Yeah. So markets are different, but concepts work the same across Europe. So what we tested is that new agents started out working with buyers. Why? Because existing agents were so busy, right? You know, doing the deals, the ongoing things, and still the leads that come in, they weren't able to satisfy those buyer leads. Yeah.
And they were focused, the experienced one, they were focused and dedicated to the owners,
on the sellers. Exactly. So what we tested is, what if we give those buyer leads to the new agents? Yeah. And you know that, or anybody that started out in real estate knows that the start is very difficult. You know, it's not like you start and, you know, you're a millionaire the next day and you don't have to work for it. Yeah. It's
never. Never.
It's very hard, but very rewarding work. And new agents, we see that they often struggle getting listings, you know, getting seller clients in the beginning. It takes them up to maybe 5 months, maybe 7 months to, you know, build that trust with the sellers, to gain all the knowledge that they need.
To build confidence in themselves.
In themselves, exactly. And there are so many other agents that are competing with them to get that seller. Yeah. On the buyer side, however, not a lot of agents took care of the buyers, only the very successful ones. So we took that concept and gave buyer leads to new agents that are just starting out.
And also an educational program specific for them
on how to work those leads.
Yes.
Right? How to call them, how to service them, how to invite them to personal meeting.
Follow up,
Yeah. And what's very important, it's not just there's a buyer lead, go do a showing. You know, that's what everybody is doing. And usually the buyer doesn't buy the first showing because it's not for them. Yeah. So what we offer as Remax, what these new agents offered, is a 1 hour, 1.5 hour time slot for every serious buyer. Yeah. They sit down. Yeah. You qualify them exactly. Yeah. You qualify them. You explain, you know, how the process works, and very important, you really listen to them, what they want and what they need.
Their needs are the most important thing in the process.
And buyers, think all agents listening think, you know, buyers are liars, you know, they want this, it's not possible.
And they change their mind and very unstable.
Yeah. And you know why?
Because you don't qualify them. You don't spend time, energy, focus on understanding all the needs.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what the agents did in that 1.5 hours? They listened and they set the expectations. And they also help the buyer understand that, you know, if these are the search criteria, it might take a year or two to find something. Yeah. Buyers do not know what's out there in the market. That's why they need to hire a real estate agent to help them. Yeah. And they identified, you know, what they needed. And, you know, in Remax, cooperation is the way of working. Yeah. So if then a new agent had a buyer and he knew what that buyer wanted, obviously, without question, he can show him any listing that's listed with Remax.
From the network. And also outside. And that opened, for that buyer working with a Remax agent during that trial, that opened up so many more properties that they could choose from. Yeah. And if that property, that, you know, if there's no property on the market that's matching those needs, what did these agents do? Well, they did what an agent is supposed to be doing. They went out in the market and searched for a property. Yeah.
You know, they visited areas where that buyer really wanted to move to. They put out flyers, letting people in that area know. Door knocking, maybe, yeah. That they say, do you know somebody in your neighborhood that's selling something? Actively searching for the property that the buyer was looking for.
Yeah, that's the buyer representation practically.
That's the buyer representation. And I tell you, not just in Romania, also in Portugal, in Spain, in Turkey, Austria, where this has started and become a new way of working, buyers appreciate it. Buyers are willing to pay the buyer for this service. Obviously, service to the agent. Yes. Yeah. Obviously, a service cannot be for free. Yeah. And I tell you, there are markets, and I believe that Romania is one of those markets where, at the moment, buyers pay a commission, but they get zero
pay
service.
A commission, but like you said, it's just a matching service. It's not.
Yeah. If why would you pay a commission to somebody that's just opening the door once?
Yeah, and
why a buyer accepting that? I really don't understand this. Yeah.
Good.
And if I were a buyer, for that commission, I would, demand a service. And we have that service. And we tested that service. And we got very good feedback from the buyers, very good feedback from the agents. And agents made transactions quicker. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a new perspective from our point of view. I remember we have been together in September in Portugal, and we did the workshop. Mm-hmm. I understood in details how this new service could work and could be scaled on the network level in Romania. And now we start to have dividends on this, because this process is a bit, I don't know, not complicated, but takes time.
It takes a mind shift change of our agents, right? Like with this, you're really changing not just, the way that the Remax agents work, but I think you're going to change the industry with that. Yeah. And I'm happy that you are first with this and not the competition. Yeah. I don't know if the competition is listening, they're going to jump on that as well. But I think it's okay, because we want all customers to be happy. But no, it's a big thing. And, for any new agents, it helps them have their first transaction quicker. It helps them gain confidence. Yeah, we give them all the steps, all the scripts, everything they need to service the buyers. And what we've also seen already in the first test markets is that it's not just serving the buyer and having buyer transactions, but by working with buyers, our new agents actually get exclusive listings.
Yeah. First of all, they know the market better and faster, searching, and then, like you said, they get closer to the seller. Coming from the buyer side, they get closer to the seller, and they can explain better the other type of service on the seller side.
Exactly. Yeah. And maybe not an international example, but a real Remax Romania example. I was told, and I've seen the numbers, an agent that was in that buyer program, a brand new agent for 5 weeks. The first 4 weeks, no transactions, but, learning and like doing all the things, being out there, etc. In week 5, five exclusive listings. 5 exclusive listings. I mean, a big shout out to that agent if he's listening. Congratulations, that's amazing.
I remember. Yeah, I remember him. It's a guy from Brasov, a city in middle of the country. Yes.
Yeah. So and those are results that we see that in Romania, but we've seen it and we see it in other markets as well. And it is the new way. Yeah. And why am I so convinced? Because it's servicing the customer. Yeah, it meets the goal of providing customer experience. It meets the goal of helping new agents or also existing agents, if they embrace the concept, to be more productive quicker. Yeah. So with this buyer service concept, we've actually opened our doors even further to invite new agents in. Yeah, because we know, we have the confidence, our broker can have the confidence that if they start with Remax, yeah, we have a program that if they follow it, they will be productive quicker than if they are out there on their own.
So practically we have the knowledge and the practice to integrate them faster in a professional way, so they can get the know-how faster, and they also get the result faster. Good. Yeah. And like I told you, and maybe some of our audience, they know, we started many times ago to focus on the seller side. So we worked practically until now. We increased the percentage of exclusive listings representing the sellers in our portfolio. Now we have like 80% of the listings on this type of service, representing the seller, exclusive representation. Yeah. But in 1 month from now, from July 1st, we're gonna switch 100% on this direction, working only in exclusive listings with the owners, with the sellers. And what is your perspective on this decision? Because it's a tough decision. And it's for the first time in the market that an agent, an agency, a network of agencies decided to work exclusive.
Yeah, I think it's a bold decision in a market that's, not regulated, where open listings is the norm. But I think it proves once more that you have the customer interest in mind. Yeah, and it's most markets in Europe work with exclusive listings for a long time. Yes. So for me it's like, okay, how do you even explain why not open listings? Because it's so clear, right? But
you have to understand that this is the
reality.
Here.
It's the industry here, and it's okay, and it's really great that you change it, and that you're a leader in that. And I really think that a lot of other companies will follow you, because sellers will start to demand it as well.
Yes.
Yeah. It's in the best interest of the sellers. Just imagine an open listing. Yeah, I'm the seller, and you represent me. This agent represents me. I see it. I check the websites. You put it for 200,000. The other agent puts it for 150,000. The other one for 110,000. The other for 300,000. Different prices. Yeah.
Different presentation. And the sellers at the moment, because they do not know better, how would they? They think, well, the more agents have my listings, the more buyers I get. Yeah, we know that is not the case. Why? Because if you are the agent, and one of the other 2, 3, 5 agents, 10 agents sometimes can bring buyers, you're not guaranteed that I will take your buyer and that I will pay you the commission. Yeah, but being a real estate agent is a profession, and any professional gets paid for a service. For success.
Yeah. And if I do not have a guarantee that, if I spend budget on marketing your property, if I spend time on searching for the right buyer, if I reach out to all my colleagues, go through the database, contact my active buyer, my search clients, on the phone, promote your listing, show it to them, and
organizing
the showing,
and then maybe an auction with all the collecting offers, generating super extra offers, and organizing like an auction to get the best price and the best offer and the best condition.
Yeah, and sellers do not realize how much work goes into it. Yeah, why? Because a lot of real estate agents don't educate them. So even we have to be honest with ourselves. Sellers often think, well, why use an agent? What do they do for me?
Yes.
They don't realize what it is. People that try to sell on their own, they then realize and often then choose an agent. Yeah, but the point with an open listing is that it's unrealistic to think the more agents you have representing your property, the more effort they will put into selling it. No. The less.
Yeah, they will be more superficial.
They don't care.
Compete against each other.
Yeah. And they have so many other open listings. They don't have time for you. They don't have time for anybody. You know, they run around like with their heads cut off, you know, showing this, showing that. Not at the end of the day, you know, working for nothing because somebody else comes and sells it.
Yeah, or the seller sells it.
Exactly. And if agents are not guaranteed a commission for their hard work, they do not invest time and effort to sell it. It's natural. Yeah. You cannot blame them for it. Yeah. Sellers cannot blame them. If they do open listings, then don't be surprised if the property stays on the market way longer than if it's an exclusive listing. Don't be surprised if your prices might be lower than if it's an exclusive listing. Yeah? For anything, I mean, I don't know any service where, you know, you get something for free or, you know, and then you get a proper result. And that's why exclusive listings is really something that will benefit the sellers. It will also benefit the buyer,
yes.
100%. Because how does it work all together, right? If an agent has an exclusive listing and is guaranteed that if he, you know, identifies the right marketing strategy, the right pricing strategy, collaborates, cooperates with other agents, negotiates with other agents that he will sell this property and will receive the commission, he will put 150% of effort into it. Yeah. If the seller agent is guaranteed the commission from the seller, then the seller agent is also open to collaborate, as I mentioned, with another agent.
That's very important.
And that's very important.
And it's very rare in our industry.
Is it still?
And this is one of the weakness on one hand, but also a huge potential.
Mm-hmm.
But from our perspective, and of course our perspective,
mm-hmm.
is that the collaboration could work only if we work with client representation,
yes.
seller representation, buyer representation,
mm-hmm.
and then agent could collaborate and clients, buyers or sellers, they could benefit from this I don't know, faster process.
Yeah. And this is the point. One doesn't go without the other. Yeah. Buyer representation is absolutely connected with exclusive listings and with collaborating with each other. Yeah. And collaboration is what the end customer wants. Yeah. They want somebody that's representing me as a buyer, as a seller. These agents work together. Yeah. And my seller agent, you know, works with a lot of buyer agents so that I find the best buyer for my property. I negotiate the best possible deal for my seller, and I negotiate the best possible deal for my seller. Yeah. And with exclusive listing and buyer representation, also the likelihood of multiple offers for a property is higher.
That's very important.
That can get the price up again.
Yes.
But only if there's really demand. Yeah, if there's no demand for property because it might not be, you know, a very, I don't know, attractive property, then there might be less properties and the buyer agent can help the buyer, you know, get a very good deal on it. But what agents are doing and need to do is, you know, bring buyers and sellers together at a fair level, and the seller doesn't demand the price, the agent doesn't make the price, the market does.
Exactly.
The market does.
It's a free market.
It's a free market. It depends on what one buyer is willing to pay. Yeah. And if that agent is representing the seller, he can take the time, talk to 50 buyer agents to find that one buyer that's willing to pay the most.
Yes.
Yeah. And the other ones, you know, can negotiate and say, maybe the price is not the most important thing, dear agent, that your seller, maybe he wants, you know, maybe there's some emotional connection as well that's important. Every seller has different needs, every buyer has different needs, and it's on the agents to find each other and match it. Yeah. And only exclusive listings allow it, and only buyer representation allows that.
Super clear. Super clear. I know that you are so involved in building trainings, education, and you collect, I don't know, best practices all over Europe, even from North America, from years. And of course, we took the training from you, I mean, from you personally and from your team. And this is something that I think is very important on the industry level, national industry level. And I want to to find out from you, how do you see East Europe in terms of practices in the real estate agent industry? Why education is important? Because in North America they do a lot of trainings, and in West Europe also, and we started and implemented our RE/MAX Academy, and we push harder. You take your trainings, we translate, adapt, and deliver to our people. Why is this important? Why is this necessary, and why is this important?
I think in anything that we do, we want to improve and we want to give good service. Yeah, and we are at a very lucky position that we are part of an amazing big network. We can learn from each other. We see what works somewhere else, and we can teach and share that with all others. And training is so important because it helps our agents develop. Yeah, RE/MAX is not about an agent comes in and then stays here. Yeah? In RE/MAX, we give agents the opportunity to grow, to develop. And that's what training does. Yeah? Training supports agent development. And you know our training, yeah? It also guarantees that if they implement it, as I said, they develop, they're more productive. But for me, and I know I keep repeating myself, they then offer the best service possible. And that's what RE/MAX stands for. We want to give the best service, and that can only be achieved via training. Why? Because markets are so different. And, you know, if I don't mean that in a bad way, don't get that wrong, but like in some Eastern European markets compared to others, or definitely to North America, it's a little bit the wild, wild west.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah?
It is.
So agents, anybody can be an agent.
Yeah.
No education, overnight. Then you are a seller, you trust me, because you don't know that I don't know anything as an uneducated agent. It takes ages to sell your house. I don't get you the price what you want. I never get back to you. I don't give you an update. I don't call you. I don't show you a marketing plan. And then you think all agents are like that. Yeah, I think our it's also, you know, I'm at my heart, I know how much work, effort, and passion agents, good agents, not just RE/MAX agents, there are very good non-RE/MAX agents as well. We have to acknowledge that. They really put passion and service into what they are doing. And with training, we can not just help the agents, but we can help the entire industry, you know, raise the perception of agents.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Because it's a need.
It's a need. It's a need. And so much can go wrong when people are, you know, selling property privately, you know, legally. I'm not like even going into that.
Especially in a chaotic market legislation.
Yeah.
I don't know, practice like we have here in Romania, East Europe. It's much more dangerous, let's say, risky than so in West.
Yeah, so I'm not saying this because I am RE/MAX. Even before, you know, I would always go to an agent representing me. They are the experts. They need to be the experts, and they can only be experts with training. Yeah, we need to train them. And I think that's what we are very strong at, what you are very strong at as well. You really do have excellent training, and I see you bring a lot of, you know, external trainers from other regions to Romania.
That's the power of the network.
That's the power of the network. I love it. And, you know, you share again with other regions. So, it's really great to be part of this network and this family. And I really believe training is important. I also very strongly believe that there should be mandatory training for all agents in the industry.
Okay, that's a topic that takes me to the idea of legislation and regulation.
Across Europe, some markets are more regulated than others. Yeah. We also see that markets that are not regulated, a lot of they crave more regulation, which makes sense. I'm a strong believer that some regulation is needed to ensure good service and quality. But I have a very strong opinion that a legislation should not be a barrier of entrance.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very important.
It should more be training focused.
Yes.
To meet certain customer experience standards.
Yes.
We need educated agents, but we do not need an over-regulation or a high cost
to limit or block the access to the profession.
No.
Yeah, this is my idea too, yes.
Yeah. Being an agent...
So we have to take care about over-regulation.
Yeah.
And what is important to establish some strategical norm, rules, simple, not complicated, in order to be respected and easy to apply.
And because we talk training and legislation, I've seen in a lot of regions that have a regulation and then not a big fan of it. There's a state exam, and that state exam is offered once a year, twice a year. You make people wait to, enter the profession that they choose. If there's a regulation, and training should the only thing that's part of the regulation, and, an exam to ensure that we have quality agents in any region, it needs to be a good training, it needs to be a meaningful training, and it needs the exam, the test needs to be offered regularly. That is key.
Yeah, that's why we do every two weeks.
That's an amazing frequency.
A 1 week program on every 2 weeks. And we are pushing very hard to, first of all, to recruit, because I'm convinced that this is a huge opportunity for people to build a fantastic career and reconvert their profession from, any other profession, because without training, you cannot do it. You work
you don't know what to do.
Suicide entrepreneur, or what is it?
I really think with that and with the training that we give, that might be a little bit extreme now, but I think it's also in our responsibility as industry leaders to push non-ethical, non-educated agents out of the industry. We need to protect the buyers and the sellers, and we can only do it by really having trained agents.
Super point of view.
Maybe a little extreme. Some people might not like it, but it's in the best interest of the end client. This is the way you
can have focus, clean the mess, and move forward.
Move forward.
We talked a lot about the agent, but what about we call them broker owners, the owner of the agencies, that they are, let's say, the next level of entrepreneurship. They maybe they think bigger, they build teams, and they help the agents to do their profession, and they provide services to the agents and so on. You also are one of the creator of the educational package for this type of entrepreneurs, the owner of the agencies, and we have different type of education for them added to the agent package. And I would love to hear some ideas from you about this real estate professionals, the ones that build teams and manage real estate offices.
So, as you said, I'm basically just rephrasing what you said here. There is two types of main roles in real estate. One is being an agent, and the other one is being a broker owner. And both roles are very valuable, very important, very noble, but they are different. Real estate agent is the person that takes care of the buyers and sellers, and guides them through a real estate transaction. Broker owners are people that are very passionate about providing an opportunity for other entrepreneurs to build their agent business within their office. So a broker owner typically, is, attracting agents, non-agents into the office, is training them, very important. And if broker owners need to train the agents on what to do, we need to train the broker owners on how to train them.
Train the trainers.
And that's what we do.
Program, yes.
That's what we do. So we really give people, so broker owners that want to build their business, maybe want to build a real estate empire within RE/MAX, we give them the tools and the knowledge that they need to succeed. In RE/MAX, we are not a traditional real estate company.
Why?
Well, traditional real estate company, as I see it across Europe, typically it's built that there's a broker owner and maybe 2-3 agents, maybe one agent. And who's the number one agent in that office? The broker owner, typically, right? And at RE/MAX, we are turning that a little bit upside down, and we say, well, it's not the broker owner that's the real estate agent, and that makes the commission, but it's the agents. So the broker owner is there to service the agents, to give them the tools, give them the services that they need to grow their agent business. And it's a different thing, right? The broker owner, if he builds up his office, it starts with maybe, him alone, maybe with a partner, somebody that helps him recruiting, so attracting agents into the office, then somebody that helps train the agents, manage it, maybe have a marketing team within that, support with marketing materials. And across Europe, we see offices, some have 600 agents in an office. That's unheard for your market, I know.
Really unheard. It's really unheard.
But it's absolutely possible.
But I'm so happy that I had the chance to get in contact, to build friendship with some of them. And it's very inspiring for me.
So they are entrepreneurs. So they are entrepreneurs who are passionate about developing people. I think
building
systems, leading. They enjoy leadership. They enjoy sharing their vision. And those are the broker owners that we see are most successful. And there is, I would say, 4 main buckets that we can say are the role and responsibility of the broker owner. To build that RE/MAX model office. One is recruit agents.
Very important.
Obviously.
With good potential.
With high potential. Broker owners, it's not that we allow everybody into RE/MAX. No. We want the quality. We give, I would say, almost everybody the chance. We, as we said before, again, I'm going back, we have the training. But if agents do not want to follow the training, if they don't want to work the RE/MAX way that we have proved that it works, then we are happy that we gave you the chance, but feel free to leave.
Of course, because it's an entrepreneurial activity at the end of the day, and it's kind of meritocracy. We say it in Romanian.
So getting those agents in that have potential is one role. And we have, if I may say so myself, I think a very, very good training on how to recruit. We, as you said, we are a big network, and we have offices that have recruitment directors, that have recruitment teams. And we took what they are doing, we shadowed them, we know what they're doing, and we developed a training out of it. We even, with one of the top recruiters in Europe, we have a training for our broker owners that choose to join our network.
So I would add that for the newcomers, new broker owners that we bring into the network, they have access to the knowledge of the top recruiters, top producers.
100%.
Top recruiters, let's say. And the education is on the highest level, because we based on the experience of those, exceptional people.
And it works everywhere. So yes, recruiting, and it's not just that we give them the training for recruiting, we give them the tools, the marketing materials, the CRM system, technology, thank you, exactly. So it's there to use. Obviously, they are free to use it or not, but it's there. Then the next role, I would say, is onboarding and training the agents, so the new ones that come in. Again, we have trainings there. We have trainings on how to train them, and we give them the training that the agents need. Across Europe, in every region, also in yours, and I have to say you do it phenomenally well, and in a super high frequency. You offer direct training to the agents, which again supports the broker owner. So we build a parallel system, like the training that we offer as a master franchisor. So this is the basic, and then we provide the training package for the broker owners to
deliver inside the office, like ongoing training. So the basic, it's on us, and then the training with frequency, it's on our partners, but we provide them the training and the know-how about how to deliver.
And additionally, I know that you offer, webinars or talk trainings as well.
This is important.
If something
Best
occurs,
practices,
a market, like something is changing, you are there to give the new tools for agents directly, again, supporting the broker owner. We also do that.
But practically is not something that I or we invented.
No.
We just took it from other colleagues around the network.
Yeah,
so
that's the beauty of a network and the experience. Yeah. And we also, I know your agents are joining in, a lot of them, the English-speaking ones. We also do training on a European level, not in your frequency.
Yes,
yeah? But every 2 months, we also have a training where we spotlight agents across Europe, and they share, and agents love it, because they just learn so much. But back to the broker owner responsibilities and the tools as you asked that we support. So recruiting, onboarding, we have the tools for them. Retention, that's another thing that's very important. Yeah. What's very important for us at RE/MAX is that agents have a space where they can grow their company, build their legacy as an agent, eventually even pass that real estate business over to
next generation,
maybe, yeah, if that's something that they wish. But also very important that we help them build a company that if they want to sell it, if they want to retire, yeah. And
this is something completely new.
That's something completely new. Yeah. And we have the tools for that as well, because we know that agents stay and want to stay in RE/MAX if our broker owners and we as a region give them the tools that they can grow within an office.
Yeah, the support. The system that they can grow continuously.
Exactly, because we don't want to be a traditional real estate office. That's not why, the brand came all the way over to Europe from America. No, we are different. And in a traditional real estate company, there's the broker owner, mostly also the most productive agent, right? And then we have 2-3 agents. And as soon as they get a little bit more productive, they leave and open up their own independent office. It's just inefficiencies for everybody.
It's very typical.
Very typical. Right. And a broker owner gives agents the opportunity to grow a business within a company, within business, gives them the tools and support. Yeah. And also, that's more on the fun side of things, but like all the offices I visited, it's different in most offices, but it's always just wow, the energy that's in the offices, the friendships that develop between competing agents, they work together.
But also
collaborating, competing, everything, right? It's I've been like office parties, it's I think they work hard, play hard. I think that's an American saying.
Yeah, but it's an energy. It's an energy that it's maintained by the power of the network. And by the system, because the system is created on the entrepreneurial concept, and it's very efficient.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So. What about parties? What about the?
So the next upcoming big party from us, I don't know if all your agents already know, but we have our convention coming up in London next September. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to the last one was in Cannes. The one
London.
Before the next one is in London. Before we were in Mallorca. Yeah. So we are traveling across. Yes.
And this is also very exciting. Finding the new destination every year, we found the next destination, and everything is super well organized, and the opportunity to meet people all over Europe, much more than Europe. Sometimes I met people from Argentina, from North America, from South Africa, and this is very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, I think we are getting close to the 60 minutes, just like this.
Just like this, yes.
If you want to add something, what do you think about the potential in our market? because you saw so many countries, markets, habits, and industries.
I think that as an industry, but like I want to talk now more specifically for you as Remax. Wow, the opportunity I see, I think you see, is immense.
Yeah, I just want
you're
to,
in the starting,
to double check with you.
You're in the starting phase now, in the starting phase of making a change and impact in the industry. Yeah, and I really believe that. I know you've been working hard on it over the last, years. But now you're getting very serious and down to it with exclusive listings and buyer representation. These are the two things that I really want to use the word revolutionize the industry in your market. Yeah, I'm very happy that we as Remax are the ones that are the leaders in this. I want to encourage all agents and broker owners to, if they haven't done so yet, follow quickly, because the competition is not sleeping. They will see how well it works, how well it serves the customers. And I would expect, I think that they will change with you, but I think that we are faster.
Yeah,
because we have the tools and we have the knowledge. They, just like I see it in other markets, Remax had started with exclusive listings, ages ago. Now markets, there is no open listings because everybody followed Remax. Yeah? That's why I think that's something we will see in Romania as well. It will take some time, but I think the market will change.
Yeah. So I encourage all the ones that are, looking to us to contact us, to try to sell to a Remax agent or to invest, buy, or maybe to build a new career as an agent, or why not to start a new business as a broker owner, because we have all the tools and services to help them win and be the best. No?
Absolutely. Yeah, and I'm a very honest person. I wouldn't say yes to it if it weren't true. It really is true. And I would say, if you're listening and you want to learn more, reach out to the region or to a broker owner, learn more and, see if it's something for you and if you're a good match for Remax.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very high energy.
I love what I do. I really love the network. And, the agents and broker owners out there, they are doing an amazing job. They're working really hard. And I draw from that. Yeah, it's really good to see. And, I was lucky to spend the last 3 days here, with you, the team, met with broker owners. So that's also giving me a lot of energy back.
And for us, it was a very inspiring, experience.
Excellent. Thank you.
So, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mulțumim frumos, dragilor, pentru timpul pe care l-ați, acordat. Cele 60 de minute, încercăm să fim cât de stricți. Țineți aproape, sper că a fost o sesiune faină. Stephanie este un lider la nivel european în industria asta, experiența ei e extrem de relevantă și conexiunile pe care ea le are în spate. Așa că țineți aproape, învățați din ce facem noi și vă așteptăm cu drag în Remax sub orice formă care vi se potrivește. Succes!